Got you. So I was a three-sport athlete. I played football, I was in wrestling, and I was in track and field. I threw the shot put and discus, Loved all my coaches. Even when I first came to Foothill as a frost-off freshman, we had Coach Mark Richardson. And man, this guy was the toughest coach I've ever had on this campus. I remember somebody screwing up in practice one time, and he made us do up downs all practice long, man. We did not take breaks. We weren't doing any plays. All we did was green base all damn practice. And what had happened was people were pulling over to the side, ralphing. People were just giving up. And the rest of us kept going, kept encouraging our teammates, get up, it's going to be all right. But I remember that as a test to not giving in, not putting up with anyone, helping your brother out when they were down in the trenches. But the things I do remember the most out of all my coaches was off the field. It wasn't necessarily on the field. We were driving to Clovis West. It was a lineman tournament. And I was in the cab with Coach Permitter. I'm sitting there in the cab talking to him all the way up there. And Coach Permitter had this way of saying things. You have a plan A, plan B, plan C. You go on all the way to plan Z, all the alphabet. So I'm a smart aleck kid. So I said, hey, Coach, what happens when you run out of letters? And he looks at me, he says, Garza, that's when you turn to numbers because they're infinite. I was like, damn, this guy knows, man. You're right, Coach. Totally right. Another situation was it was during wrestling practice. We're outdoors. And at that time, we had an awesome cross-country team, both male and female. And I live out in Greenfield, and I live right behind the fire department. And every day from the fire department, I would always see the captain of the fire department. Come to find out that his daughter was on the cross-country team, and she was an awesome athlete. Her name was Beth Nakashima. So I've known her father as Captain Nakashima. So every day I say hi, as a kid, and wave at him from my backyard. Well, I'm sitting in the back of the gym, and I see Captain Nakashima pulling up in his truck to pick up his daughter, right? And at that same point in time, we had some guys that were playing soccer, and there was some kind of vague music on, like rowdy music, raunchy music on. It was Two Live Crew, if you guys know what I'm saying. And somebody was bumping it in their truck. And I had the nerve. I didn't know the kid. I didn't know who he was. I just got up from where I was because it was obscene. The music was obscene. And I just went up to the cab and I was like, hey, man, do me a favor, bro. For the next 5 minutes, can you turn off the music, bro, please? I see a parent here to pick up his daughter. And what you're playing, man, is not cool for him to hear. So sure enough, the guy had enough respect where he turned it off. I thanked him. And sure enough, Captain Nakashima, he remembered that, man. When I came back from San Jose State, my son was 2 years old. I'm shopping at Vons. Vons doesn't even exist anymore. But I'm shopping and I have my son in the cart. I see Captain Nakashima down the aisle. And he walked up to me, man. And he said, you know what, Oscar? I never got a chance to tell you that day that I appreciated what you did for me. And I was like, what did I do? He said, you asked that boy to turn off that music that was, disgusting and stuff like that. He goes, and I remember that. And I just said, hey, man, I'm just doing what I would do if you were my parent, if you were my mom or my dad. I'd ask the guy to do the same thing. And because you are a parent, that's why I asked him. And he gave me a hug and he says, I'll never forget that. And that right there meant the world to me, man. Your character counts. No matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, whether you're in the street, whether you're at school, whether you're in the neighborhood, it don't matter. You stand up for what you feel is right. You stand up to not put people down, and just kind of stand up for each other. So I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. I even look forward to seeing Captain Nakashima again and just thank him for his kind words that day.